Hey, good morning, folks. This is Jeff with some horseback wisdom again. I just got in from feeding the horses, actually, and it's kind of chilly outside. I should have brought my camera out there to film Justin jumping around like a little baby goat, but it's funny to see a 1,000-pound horse pouncing around, but I'll try and get that on film for you. Anyway, this morning I really wanted to talk about something. There's a video out there that's going around on social media about a school teacher in Colbyville, Texas. Um, which actually I think is where that synagogue was attacked. But anyway, this young school teacher apparently was telling other teachers that conservative Christians need to die. And young liberal white woman and some students recorded it and put it on social media. Well, there's all kinds of comments, excoriating this woman and talking about how wicked and evil she is and she should be fired. And apparently she's been placed on leave. But a couple things about that. So, number one, true followers of Christ shouldn't be excoriating her, shouldn't be talking about how wicked and evil she is, certainly shouldn't be condemning her. Because Jesus talked about that in the book of Matthew. He said, "Blessed are you when people revile you for my sake. Blessed are you when people curse you for my sake." So we should be thanking the Lord that we're getting blessed. We're being blessed for people like her cursing us. Now, a couple of lessons related to this. Number one, take your kids out of public school. I know it's really hard for some people. Folks, if you're letting people like that teach your child and you're a follower of Jesus, you're asking for trouble. Why would you let somebody who's on the devil's team influence your child for more than 8 hours a day? And just stop doing it. There are all kinds of ways. If you're resourceful, there's all kinds of ways that you can get your child out of that system. Number two, pray for this young lady. I don't know who she is or her name, but we shouldn't be condemning her. We should be reaching out to her, because when she goes through something bad, it should be the followers of Jesus that are there to help her. Jesus said when the end of the world comes, he's going to separate people like sheep are separated from goats. You don't put sheep and goats together. Goats are rough. They'll buck the sheep. They'll run into them. They'll bite them. Sheep are completely defenseless. Sheep need a shepherd, which is what we need as human beings. And then Jesus says the goats are marked out for condemnation. They're marked out for an eternal separation from God. And the sheep is what Jesus calls us, his followers, are escorted into his paradise. So what is the difference that Jesus talks about? Why are some people sheep and some people goats? He says, well, when I was hungry, you gave me some food. When I was thirsty, you gave me some drink. When I was naked, you clothed me. When I was in prison, you came and visited me. And the sheep people, his true followers, said, well, Lord, we never saw you hungry or thirsty or in prison. And he said, when you went and did these things for people that were the least, you were doing it to me. And conversely, he turned to the goats and he said, when I was naked, you didn't clothe me. When I was hungry, you wouldn't give me something to eat. When I was in prison, you just left me to rot there. You never said anything for me or try to do anything for me. And they said, Lord, when did we see you naked? And he said, because you wouldn't do these things for the least of our people, you wouldn't do them to me. And so I don't even know you. And that's the whole crux of the Christian life. You see, there's this myth out there that the devil has been teaching people that God is going to send people to hell. God doesn't send anybody to hell. The Bible clearly says that hell was never made for a person. People choose to go to hell by themselves. Why? God is not going to force you to spend eternity with him, somebody that you hate. This lady in Colbyville, Texas, if God forced her to go to heaven, she would have to spend eternity with me, who she thinks should be killed. Why would she want to do that? She wouldn't. Now, I pray that she repents and changes her heart because the alternative is horrifying. But our response as believers should never be to condemn people, to say they deserve to be fired, they deserve punishment, they deserve to go to hell. No Christian, if you're a follower of Jesus, you would never say that anyone deserves to go to hell. If you say that, you're either ignorant or you're not a follower of Jesus, because you have no idea what you're talking about. So folks, when this kind of stuff happens, number one, get your kid out of that environment. Stop letting the devil's people raise your children. Stop making excuses like, oh, I can't do it. There's no way my child could not be in public school. That's nonsense. Okay? Just telling you, it's nonsense. And number two, don't excoriate. Pray for people like this person. When they are in your face and cursing you and talking about how you are the problem, and it's people like you that are fascists, pray for them. Don't speak out against them. Anyway, be a sheep. The time is short. Pray for the Ukraine. God is doing amazing things there. And pray for them, pray for them, pray for them. And pray for your neighbors. Pray for people like this young woman and offer to help. When you see them broke down on the side of the road, stop and help. When you see them not able to feed their kids, take them something to eat. Be the hands and feet of Jesus. I love you. Be blessed.